Hello there, good evening and a warm welcome to the news live on Rupavahini ChannelEye. I'm Sharon Mascreens.
And I am Thilina Udayaratna. Coming up are your top stories for tonight. Another stock of 153,000 doses of Pfizer arrives in the island. The next batch of the AstraZeneca vaccine is scheduled to be brought to the island next Saturday. The provision of at least one dose of vaccine to 10 million of the population above the age of 30 years has been completed. All government employees are scheduled to return to normal duties from today.
On to the stories in detail now, starting off with local news. Japanese Ambassador Akira Sugiyama says the next batch of AstraZeneca vaccines donated by the government of Japan will arrive in the island next Saturday. The ambassador said that the vaccine consignment will be donated to the country following the personal request of the President Gotabaya Rajapaksa to the Prime Minister of Japan, Yoshihide Suga. The Japanese ambassador made this remark while officially handing over the stock of AstraZeneca, which was brought down to Sri Lanka last Saturday, to the President at the Presidential Secretariat this morning. Japanese Ambassador Sugiyama added that the Prime Minister of Japan has decided to provide 1.456 million doses of the vaccine to Sri Lanka after paying special attention to the President's personal request to the Prime Minister to fulfill the need for the second dose of the AstraZeneca in Sri Lanka and in recognition of the long-standing friendship between the two countries. The first consignment of 728,460 vaccine doses was sent to the Bandaranaike International Airport, Katunayake, by the Sri Lankan Airlines flight. The administering of the AstraZeneca second dose began at 20 selected centres in the Western Province from yesterday. The Japanese ambassador and the country representatives of the World Health Organization and UNICEF commended the entire vaccination program in Sri Lanka, the commencement of the vaccination drive within a few hours of receiving the vaccine consignment, and the President's direct involvement, guidance and leadership in the vaccination program. The President expressed special thanks to the Japanese Prime Minister, the Government of Japan and the Ambassador of Japan on behalf of the government and the people of Sri Lanka for donating the stock of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines in response to a request made by him personally to the Prime Minister of Japan last May. The World Health Organization's representative in Sri Lanka, Dr. Alaka Singh, UNICEF representative Emma Brigham, the first secretary to the Embassy of Japan, Chiharu Hoshiai, second secretary Seiya Ninomiya, secretary to the President P.B. Jayasundara, senior advisor to the President Lalit Veeratunga, and Foreign Secretary Admiral Jayanath Columbagay were also present at this occasion.
The inoculation of the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine to those who had received the first dose of the same vaccine in the Western Province is being carried out successfully since yesterday. Meanwhile, the provision of the first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine to the people in the Kegol district has commenced today. Provision of the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine will take place in 77 vaccination centres in the Western Province until the 6th of this month. A program to inoculate the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine is being conducted at the Vihara Mahadevi Park since yesterday through the initiatives of the Sri Lanka Army. Army personnel have organized the inoculation campaign in an extremely methodical manner subject to health guidelines. The second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine could also be obtained at the Diyatuviyana premises in Battaramulla. The program is being implemented 24 hours right throughout the day until the 4th of this month. Meanwhile, our correspondent says the provision of the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine could be obtained at the BMICH premises in Colombo as well. The second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine was also delivered at the Medical Corps headquarters in Verahera until midnight yesterday. More than 14,000 vaccine doses have been inoculated at this centre last night alone. The Sri Lanka Air Force is assisting in the process of providing the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine to the people in the Kaduwela Medical Officer of Health's division. A program to vaccinate people in Beruwala with the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine has commenced at the Alutgama Junior School today. The inoculation of the people in Katana with the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine also commenced today. Meanwhile, administering on the first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine to the people above the age of 30 years in the divisional secretariat divisions of Mavanella, Aranayaka, Rambukkana, Galigamuwa, Warakapola, Daraniyagala, Ruangwella and Yatiyantota in the Kegol district commenced today. Around 3,000 teachers in the Kegol educational zone were scheduled to be given the first dose of the vaccine at the Kegol Girls' School and also at the Bandaranayaka Junior School in Hettimulla. A vaccination program organized by the Government's Medical Officers Association has got underway at the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital today. Any person in the district is able to receive the vaccine at this center. State Minister Professor Channa Jayasubana has also inspected the vaccination program. 12,331,868 doses of vaccines have so far been inoculated on people under the COVID-19 immunization program. 69,266 persons have received the second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine yesterday. 114,997 persons have also received the first dose of the Sinopharm vaccine yesterday. The number of those who have received the second dose of the same vaccine yesterday was at 31,223. The Moderna vaccine has been delivered to 432 persons yesterday. The percentage of persons received at least one dose of a vaccine of the population more than 30 years of age has increased to 87.63. The highest number of vaccine doses has been given in the Western Province, which is 89.16. At least one dose of vaccines have been given to 93.96 in the Gampaha district, 87.23% in the Kalutara district and 83.27% in the Colombo district. The health divisions say more than 75% of the vaccines have been delivered to people in 12 districts. Namely, the districts include Gaul, Matara, Hambantota, Kurunegala, Polonnaruwa, Kandy, Matale, Nuwareliya, Badulla, Ampara, Trincomalee and Mannar. Director General of the World Health Organization Tedros Ghebreyesus says that he appreciates the Sri Lanka's success in completing the inoculation of 10% of the population, surpassing the vaccination targets of the WHO by September of this year. Delivering a Twitter message, he further extends his gratitude to the Sri Lankan government and the people for their efforts to successfully completing the vaccination programs and remaining vigilant on health guidelines. Another stock of 153,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine was brought to the island today. The stock has arrived at the Katunayake International Airport from Doha, Qatar in an aircraft number QR-688 belonging to Qatar Airlines. The stock was later on brought to the Blood Transfusion Center in Narayanpeta. Colombo District Secretary Pradeep Yasaratna says that the survey being conducted on persons who have not yet received the vaccines according to the appropriate are categorized in the Colombo district will also be soon expeditiously concluded. In more COVID-19 news, 1,680 COVID-19 patients were detected from the country today. Meanwhile, 1,958 patients left hospitals today following complete recovery. Meanwhile, the Director General of Health Services confirmed that 63 COVID-19 related deaths have been reported yesterday. The health divisions request to direct children subject to any unhealthy conditions for treatment without any delay. A new smart mobile app has been introduced to obtain information on COVID-19 health conditions. It is titled as Self Shield. The app has been jointly introduced by the Sri Lankan Health Information Technology Association and the Commonwealth Centre for Digital Health. Those who use the app are able to find within a few minutes on their health conditions pertaining to the COVID-19 disease. The Ministry of Health says that this facility enables to obtain medical treatment without any delay. Another significant feature is the ability to share information with the medical teams of the Health Ministry through automated data analysis.
In other stories, I'm bringing you details about the COVID-19 update overseas now, starting with Australia. Hundreds of soldiers have hit the streets of Sydney today to assist the police officers with enforcing the COVID-19 curbs. Australia's biggest city is in its second month of lockdown.
Army patrols hit the streets of Sydney on Monday to help enforce coronavirus curbs as Australia struggles to stop the Delta variant from spreading. Around 300 unarmed military personnel have been tasked with going door to door, checking that people who have tested positive are isolating at home. They're also accompanying police officers on the hunt for rule breakers, combing neighborhoods that have emerged as hotspots as the country's largest city enters its sixth week of lockdown. The state of New South Wales, home to Sydney, reported 207 new cases in the past 24 hours. That follows a 16-month high recorded late last week. Meanwhile, a lockdown in Australia's third biggest city, Brisbane, has been extended. Due to end on Tuesday, it will now stay in place until the end of Sunday. Throughout the global health crisis, Australia has managed to keep its cases relatively low, but its vaccination drive has lagged many other developed countries. Prime Minister Scott Morrison has come under fire for his handling of the pandemic. He's promised that lockdowns will ease once the country vaccinates 70% of eligible citizens, which should happen, he said, by the end of the year. Only around 20% have been inoculated so far.
Also, top U.S. infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci has said yesterday that the United States will not lock down again to curb the COVID-19. However, the situation is about to be worsened as the Delta variant falls a surge in cases, mostly among the unvaccinated.
President Joe Biden's chief medical advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci, said on ABC's This Week that he does not expect the United States to return to lockdowns despite the growing risks of COVID-19 infections posed by the Delta variant.
I don't see that at all happening.
Fauci's comments on Sunday follow a recent interview with Reuters during which the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases said he did not see there being a nationwide vaccine mandate either, but hoped that full FDA approval for COVID-19 vaccines would come this month,
The middle of August.
and spur more Americans to get shots to slow a rising infection rate.
It's going up. How far up it goes is going to depend on how we as a society address it. The more people you get vaccinated, the less likely it's going to go up, even more.
Although Fauci did not think the U.S. will need to shut down again as it did last year, he warned on ABC that, quote, things are going to get worse as the Delta variant continues to spread. According to a Reuters analysis, the average number of new U.S. cases reported each day has nearly doubled in the past 10 days, and the number of hospitalized patients in many states is surging. Florida has one of the worst outbreaks in the nation based on new cases per capita. It has reported more than 110,000 new cases in the past week, a 50% increase from the week prior.
Back for more local news. According to the circular Public Administration Services, all government employees should report to duty in their workplaces today. Common transportation services have been conducted to facilitate their travel. It has been reported that a significant number of state employees have reported to their workplaces today. The arrival of government employees for duty in the District Secretariat regional offices and also at the North Central Provincial Council in the Anuradhapura district have also remained at a higher level. The reporting to duty of government workers in the Nuwara Eliya district was also reported to have been at an extremely appreciable level. An office train to Colombo from the Beliatha railway station operated today after a period of 17 days. The office train commenced journey from the Beliatha station at 4:30 a.m. Common transportation facilities have also been provided for employees in the Galle district to arrive in their offices. The academic and non-academic staff of the Takshila Central College in Horana have also reported for duty today.
The 82nd anniversary of the Bank of Ceylon falls today. A special export unit established in connection with the anniversary celebrations was declared open by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. The unit has been located in the Commercial Services Division at the head office of the bank. The Prime Minister has declared open the unit through internet technology from Temple Trees. General Manager of the BOC, DPK Gunasekara, has received the award handed over to the most senior bank employee from the Prime Minister. The 82nd anniversary logo of the Bank of Ceylon was also unveiled today. State Minister Shehan Semasinghe, Prime Minister's Secretary Gamini Senarat, Governor of the Central Bank Professor W.D. Lakshman and Chairman of the BOC Kanchana Ratwate graced the occasion.
Minister Professor G.L. Peiris requests teachers to go to their schools and make the necessary arrangements to reopen schools as all government employees have been convened for duty as of today. The minister has made these remarks at a media briefing of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna today. Minister Professor G.L. Peiris said that it is the children of underprivileged families in society who are mostly adversely affected by the destabilization of educational activities. The affluent class has no problem in this connection. This is mainly because children in rich families have the facilities to continuously engage in their educational activities, even online. Poor children in remote areas sit for common exams. The dates of conducting such examinations have already been declared. By this morning, around 83% of teachers and non-academic staff have been provided with the first dose of vaccines. He added that they will be given the second dose of the vaccine by the end of this month. Closing down of schools equals to taking revenge from innocent children. This is by no means a justifiable process. Continuous closure of schools would cause an irreparable loss to the students and to the country, which could affect their lives. The minister further said that the teachers are also confronted with a problem. This is not a problem created by the government, but has been in existence for around 24 years, and many genuine efforts have been taken to resolve this issue. The minister further said that he has also functioned as a teacher for 26 years and he was engaged in university education as well. He himself knows the sensitive side to this issue. Minister Professor G.L. Peiris added that they are aware of economic difficulties. That is why the cabinet which met today was engaged in efforts to resolve the problem. And in the meantime, an island-wide acclimatization program for preparing for the provision of services in state institutions according to the Saubhagya Dakma program has got underway from the Veerakatiya Divisional Secretariat Division's office today. The Minister of Irrigation Chamal Rajapaksa has presided over the event. The main objective of the program is to provide more efficient services to the general public through state institutions. Measures have been taken to extend services of the Department of Registrar of the Veerakatiya DSD online. This enables the residents to receive copies of the births, marriage and death certificates without any delay. Minister Namal Rajapaksa and parliamentarian Ajit Rajapaksa have also attended the ceremony.
The government's paddy purchasing program is being carried out continuously. District Secretary W.A. Dharmasiri says all storages in the Polonnaruwa district remain open with effect from today. 66,000 hectares of land have come under paddy cultivation in the Yala season in the Polonnaruwa district. The anticipated paddy harvest is 366,000 metric tons. Polonnaruwa District Secretary W.A. Dharmasiri said that necessary measures have been taken to purchase paddy at the government guarantee prices. There are over 23 centres under the Paddy Marketing Board to facilitate the process. 39 depots have the capacity to store 48,000 metric tons of paddy. All storages will be kept open until the conclusion of the reaping of the harvest with effect from today. The district secretary also said that the farmers are able to hand over their produce to these centres without selling them outside at a lower price.
මේ මධ්‍යස්ථාන වල ගියම රාජ්‍ය සහතික මිලියන දෙකට වී අලෙවි කරගන්න අවශ්‍ය අවස්ථා උදා කර තියෙන නිසා අඩු මුදල් අලෙවි කරන්නේ නැතුව මේ මධ්‍යස්ථානට ගිහිලා තමන්ගේ වී අලෙවි කිරීම සම්බන්ධයෙන් අවශ්‍ය ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ගන්න කියලා.
Paddy is being purchased in 12 centres in the northern province. A kilo of nadu is being purchased for 50 rupees and a kilo of samba for 52 rupees. A kilo of kiri samba is being purchased for 55 rupees. A transport allowance of 1 rupee and 50 cents is also scheduled to be provided for each kilo of paddy purchased.
The construction of the bank of the Mahavali River near the historic Gatambe Rupavahini Viharaya in Kandy has commenced yesterday. The cost of the construction is estimated at 210 million rupees. The side wall is being built for the protection of the Gatambe Viharaya and surrounding buildings. The work is being carried out according to a request made by the chief incumbent of the Viharaya, Venerable Kappetiyagoda Siri Vimalathera, from the then President and current Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa in the year 2012. The Sri Lanka Mahavali Authority has planned to implement the project under 4 stages. Minister Namal Rajapaksa and State Ministers Siripala Gamlat and Anuradha Jayaratne were present at the inauguration ceremony.
The feast of St. Anne's Church in Cheku Street was celebrated yesterday under the patronage of parish priest Reverend Onassis. The feast commenced with the flag hoisting on Friday the 23rd last month. Daily masses and novena services were conducted. The feast mass has commenced at 6 a.m. yesterday with a limited participation of crowd. The chariot was taken in procession after the morning mass. The services were conducted by parish priest Reverend Father Onassis. Blessings were extended and prayers were conducted on behalf of the corona-afflicted persons in the country.
திருவழிபாட்டு ஆராதனைகளை பங்கேற்று
Well, that's it from the Rupavahini news desk for tonight. Make sure you catch the live action of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games right here on Channel I. That being said, make sure you join us once again tomorrow for the news at the same time. Until then, thanks for watching. Have a great night.